The UK government recently released a list of WHO red list countries that are not eligible to gain an employment in the United Kingdom. So many twists to this and so many narration. So many persons are giving different interpretation to the red list, and so many persons are confused on what and how this affects prospective applicants. In this video, I'll try as much as possible to explain the implication of the red list from WHO and how intending migrant can take advantage and what their stand is. So guys, watch this video to the end, and please always give a thumb up whenever you watch my video, and you can share with your friend because this content might just be the solution to their migration worries. I remember my uncle said, Victor, if you are new here, please endeavor to subscribe. And for my returning subscriber, thank you for staying back and thank you for being there for me. Let's get started. Yes, so many persons have been testing me, calling to ask what is the way forward after they've seen the red list country that was released by WHO red list country by the United States government, how it affects the application process, how it affects their migration plan for those that are coming here as a skilled worker through the skilled worker route. Yeah, it's not new that some countries were listed on the red list before now. It's not new. Just periodically, at every interval, they update the list. Some countries are being removed, while some are included. Some are changed from red to amber, and all that. So, some countries have been in the red list since 2020, while some were recently added, like Zimbabwe and Gambia were recently added to the list of red list country that cannot seek employment the UK from UK company in the health and care sector. Okay, but then that is not the end of the road, because what this red list basically mean is WHO is trying to protect developing countries from brain drain, because it is not news that developed countries like United Kingdom and other world power source for the best brain from developing country to come and work, to come and improve their system, whichever the health and care system. Okay, WHO is trying to come up with a model. Okay, they've come up with a model to see how they can protect developing countries such that their professionals cannot be taken away. The Japa syndrome or the brain drain syndrome will not continue in perpetuity, such that if there's pandemic or there's uh, a disease outbreak in those countries, they'll have the enough skill manpower to be able to tackle it, because if they don't have the necessary skill personnel to tackle things like a breakout of infection or disease like we had in the COVID pandemic, those countries will become in a problem to the world at large, because it become a huge concern to the world. So the WHO is trying to see how they can protect, okay, some of those skilled workers in those sectors, so that they can remain back in their country to contribute their quota to make sure their country economy, to make sure their country's system, whatever the health system, remain intact. They are trying to discourage United Kingdom from continuously drain brain syndrome. Okay, that is the brain behind the red list. Okay, what they do is the red once your country is listed on the red list, okay, that means that recruitment agency can no longer recruit from those country for any employer. Okay, an employer can no longer advertise their job in those countries. That's why most persons will tell me they are not seeing updated vacancy for them to make application. Once your country is listed on the red list, okay, you will not be seeing most of the recent current job vacancy will not be you will not be seeing it from your home country, because your country has been red listed. Okay, and no recruiter can be able to recruiting agent will be able to recruit from overseas. You know, some of the reason the embargo was placed on recruiting agency, because they know how to entice um, prospective employee from developed country with high incentive. Okay, what they try and see what you are earning in your local country, the incentive you have. They try and see how they can help it and tell you by the time you come here, this is the package they give to you. Lucrative package, mouth-watering packages that you cannot resist. So that's why the video show put an embargo that recruitment agency can no longer recruit from any country that is listed on the red list, and employer cannot advertise job in those country. Okay, that's why, because most time you use your IP address. Once it's been red listed, your IP address will be affected, so that there are some content you will not be able to get from that part of the world. But the good news is it's not the end of the road. If you want to migrate to United Kingdom, you can still migrate that, but you will do that on your own. If you're able to get a job vacancy, you're able to come across a job vacancy in the United Kingdom, apply it on your own. Okay, if the recruiter find you worthy, call shortlisted for interview, and they find you worthy, you're able to pass all the process. Of course, you can come in as a skilled worker. Nigeria, for instance, has been on the red list since years. Every now and then, people keep coming. Either as a doctor, nurse, healthcare worker, they are still coming in. How do they come in? You don't need to go through an agent. That is part of the reason I'm doing this video, and that's part of the reason I'm dishing out content every now and then, so that my audience can get abreast on how to go about this process. Is do it yourself. These are things you can do yourself. Okay, subscribe to my video, give a thumb up whenever you watch my video, join the Telegram group so that we can form a community and self can assist each other. Yes, you can make your application if there's a current job vacancy in any of the sector. You can share it on I can share it on my channel, I can share it on my Telegram group, so that prospective immigrant can take advantage of it from their local country. Make your application yourself, see if you are qualified and you have all the requisite requirements. The employer will contact you, do your interview. If you pass all through the stages, you'll be given an employment letter, and you'll be given certificate of sponsorship that you can use to apply for your visa. So guys, the red list per se is not end of the road, because so many persons have been testing me, reaching out to me. How can they navigate this? Oh, their dream plan has come to an end. No, it's not. You just need to what up your game. Don't rely on recruitment agency. Don't rely on vacancy from your own country. What you need to do now, watch more of my video, join the Telegram group, so that we can the information we are sharing, use the information to work to see how you can navigate all of this process. The process of getting an employment in the United Kingdom, it's simple, it's straightforward. What you need to do is, therefore, you want to be able to get a company that is currently recruiting, submit your application. I emphasize most time, get a revamped CV, look at the job description, use it to revamp your CV. If you've done training, list all your training. If you have an experience or you're volunteering in any of the hospital or any of the sectors, so you can boost your chances, do all of that, make your application. Before you know, your dream plan to come to United Kingdom will be done and dusted. So the red list is not an end on its own, because you can still get an employment even if your country is listed on WHO red list country. But then you can only do that if you make the application all by yourself, okay? Not with the assistance of a recruitment agency or coming through a recruitment agency. It is true that some company might also not want to recruit you because your country is listed on the red list country, but 90% of those companies will definitely recruit you, because it's clearly stated on the red list module why this country was stated listed on the red list, what you should do and what you should not do. So if a company is recruiting you direct, they've not breached any rule, they've not breached any code of conduct, okay? But if they are a company is observing you through an agency, recruitment agency, then they've broke some of the rules, okay? So most time they will tell you where you find this job interview, okay? There are different ways you can say you find online, you find it in Indeed, you find it on Total Job, just like that. And in my previous video, I talked about borderless job. Borderless job, it's one area you can also leverage on. Go to my previous video, the one before this, you will see what I talked about the things I talked about borderless job. They've come to take care of the bottleneck prospective employee face in getting recruiter that is currently recruiting. So guys, take advantage of all of this process. The red list is not an end on its own. You can still get an employment even if your country is unlisted among the country in WHO red list. So guys, we've come to the end of today's video. If this content is something you like, guys, Remember to subscribe, give a thumb up to my video. This will allow YouTube to share my content wide and recommend to different persons. Thank you very much. See you in my next video. Bye bye.